Hello again, and welcome to our video on how to add products to a quick order form. Just like the rest of the software, we've designed this process to be very intuitive with selection buttons that are easy to understand, like rename, delete, add new, add products, save, etc. All you need to really learn about this is where these buttons are and understand that adding products is simple. You just use a navigational pick list. Once the basic format of the quick order form has been created, in this case our customer ABC Accounting, we created two locations for Lisa, and then we also created a home address for her. Then all we need to do is select each individual location and then add products through that pick list. To add products through the pick list, all we need to do is scroll down to the bottom and select the link that says Add Products. Now, the easiest way I've found to add products is to use the site assessment form that we've created for you. It's the same form that we've used to add the customer. And basically, it's just a scratch piece of paper. But it allows you to write the equipment name and manufacturer and series number. Now, the model or series number is very important. It makes it very easy for you to add the equipment if you have it. And then to make a reference location. So in this particular case, it's their office fax machine. Or in this case, it's their main printer. But this could be John's printer or Mary's printer. And if you have this in advance, then adding the items becomes very easy. This site assessment checklist is located in the same spot where the material review checklist is. And it's right here in Sales Tools, Operational Tools, and you'll find it there. Now I went ahead and added some items to Lisa's Atlanta location here, just so I can show you around here a little bit. I've added 3 different manufacturers. I added a Brother fax machine, an HP printer, and a Dell color printer. In each case, I've added both the OEM brand and our compatible brand. Sometimes this is a very good tool to use because then you can show the customer the price that they can save, the money that they can actually save between ordering the OEM and the compatible. Now, looking around here, the reference name, remember, you can edit. You can also edit the price. You can also edit the sorting index. So if you want the HP printer to be on top because it's the most commonly ordered item, you can change the order index and place it on top. And you can also edit the quantity. Now, the customer can override this quantity, but if you want them to order 2 of these at a time or 3 of these black toners at a time because they order a lot, you can edit that by default, and when they log in, it'll show up like that. So let's do a couple of edits and I'll show you. Let's pretend this HP printer here is Lisa's printer. So I'm going to type in Lisa's printer. And I'll copy that and paste that this is Lisa's printer OEM. And since she orders this a lot, we're going to put it up on top, and I'm going to make the order index here number 1, order index here number 2, and I'm going to make the fax machine go all the way to the bottom, so I'm going to say 7, just so it goes all the way to the bottom. And then I'm going to say she needs 2 of these, and when they order this, they want 3 of those. And now that I've done that edit, let's go ahead and edit the price one more second too. I'm going to bring this up to $19, and on her compatible, I'm going to bring it down to $66. And now all I have to do is go down and hit save. After the page refreshed, you'll see that all the edits are made. So it's really that simple. Now it's called Lisa's printer. We affected the price. We actually affected the order index. And we affected the quantity that we recommend for her to order. So it's really that simple to edit the page. Now, when you do this, it happens live, obviously, for the customer. So if Lisa logged in right now, it would say Lisa's printer. And that price here for Lisa's printer would only affect this particular printer in this particular office for this particular customer. So you have the flexibility to change pricing between your customers. Now let's go add items to Lisa's other office, and we'll show you the process of how it works. So we'll go ahead and select the Little Rock office, and there's nothing in that office right now. When the page refreshes, this is what we have. We have Lisa's office, the Little Rock office here, and there's no items. So to add items, we just scroll to the bottom, and we click on this tab here that says Add Products. When we select Add Products, our pick list dialog box opens up. And here you would select the category that you want to add items from. In this case, we're going ahead and add some printers. So we're going to select ink toner and ribbon. If we have our site assessment tool, we'll know which pieces of equipment we want to add. So in this case, we'll add the Brother fax machine, HP printer, and a Dell printer. And then we'll make up some references or locations that make sense. Once you've selected the proper category, you could actually use this advanced search feature right here if you knew the product code or product ID number. For example, if you were going to search for an HP space 27X, if you typed that in and you were searching within ink or toner, it would bring up those items. But obviously, if you were still highlighted in furniture and you typed in that number, it wouldn't bring up those items. But the safest way to make sure you get the right products is to use the navigational pick list and use the pluses and drill down to find the right manufacturer and then to find the right piece of equipment. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and look for Brother fax machine. So I clicked on the plus, I find Brother, and I'm going to click on the plus. If I selected the checkbox right now, it would select everything underneath that tree, which would be many items. So that wouldn't help us. So now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find the fax series. And I'm going to click on the plus again so I can find the exact model number that we're looking for. And here's the model that we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that item now. I'm going to click on Fax 1000 to bring up the items that are associated with that particular printer. When the page refreshed, it brought up these three items. So it brought up a compatible toner and an OEM toner. Now, in this example, I'm going to go ahead and select the compatible toner and the OEM toner. If I chose to right now, if I selected OK, it would put these two items into our quick order form for that Little Rock office right now. But instead of saying OK, the software allows us to go back and pick other equipment, pick other items before we say OK as a short step. So since our site assessment form had HP printer on it, I'll just scroll down here and find our HP printers and select our HP printer that we want to add to this form. Once the page refreshes, it finds all the different types of HP models, and so I'll scroll down to Office Jet, select the Office Jet, find the right model number, and then add those items to our quick order form. Since there's a lot of numbers of Office Jets, I'll just scroll down, find the right Office Jet model number, and now click on that item. Then the items associated with that printer show up. So I'm going to go ahead and select the compatibles, and I'm going to go ahead and select the OEM. Now that I've selected the HP and the Brother items, I again could say OK, but I'm going to go ahead and select one more printer to add to our mix. I've gone ahead and picked one more common workhorse printer. That's a Canon Image Runner. And now remember, do not select the checkbox. Drill all the way down to find the exact item. That's the best way to find the items. And I'll go ahead and select compatible and the OEM on this one too. And now I'll finally say OK. When I say OK, all of the items that I've selected will populate into my quick order form. Once the page refreshes, all of the items that we've selected through our pick list are now on our quick order form for Little Rock Office. So here they all are. And one of the things that we're going to need to do now is put them in an order that makes sense for the customer. Because there's 3 different manufacturers, each are going to have different product ID codes and OEM part numbers. And so they're never going to line up exactly the way we'd like to see them line up. So we need to make them line up the way we want, and then go ahead and add the references that we would like. Now, this is really simple to do. We just go ahead and change the sort index and add the references in that will make sense. So this is how easy it is to do. Let's pick these items. So here's our Brother fax machine. So we're going to go ahead and type in fax. And this is the OEM cartridge, so we'll type in OEM while we're right here. And then all we have to do is look for the other Brother fax machine, right? And just look around here. And here's our Canon. So we know this is their main printer. So we'll call it the main printer, OEM. And here is the main printer, non-OEM. And here's their HP, so that would be their photo printer. If that's what we're going to call it, if that makes sense to call it their photo printer. I'll just copy that and bring that right up to here. And then that's their photo printer. And there's their photo printer, and then there's their fax machine. So let's just go ahead and put them in the right order index. We'll make the fax machine number 1, and this one number 1 also. We'll go ahead and tell them they need to order 2 of those when they go to order. We'll put the OEMs and the compatibles together so they make sense. So we'll make this number 2, make this number 3, and we'll go ahead and make this HP number 2, and then the OEM for the photo printer number 3. And then we can just make this one number 4 and this one number 4. And then scroll down to the bottom and hit save. Well, when the page refreshes, this is what we get. So we have our fax machines together and our photo printer machine together and our main printer together. Now, you can change these and edit them, of course, any way that makes sense to the customer. If this was Lisa's printer, John's printer, you can type in John there instead of photo printer. Or you can change the order index to make sense. Or you can change the quantity you'd like them to order to make sense. It's all editable on the fly. And when you do this on the back end, on the administrative side, it's in live time, real time for the customer on the front end. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now that we've built this quick order form for the Little Rock office, let's log in as the customer and see what we've done. I've gone ahead and logged in as the customer, Lisa, and we're looking at her Little Rock office. So here's your contact information. Here is the message you've left for her. Here's the items that you've just put into her quick order form. And here's the fax machine, the photo printer, and their main printer. All now the customer has to do is log in, add the quantity they want, add the shopping cart, and order. It's really that simple. So now we've made it completely simple for the customer to order. And all you need to do is repeat this for every different quick order form for your customers. Here's one small tip. If you're in front of a customer's computer and you build one of these quick order forms, because you can literally build a quick order form in less than a couple of minutes in front of a customer's computer. If you do that and you're on the customer's login at a customer site, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can click this button that says Get Snap Order. If you click on Get Snap Order and then save to their desktop, you can actually place this Little Rock Snap Order icon on the customer's desktop while you're standing there. So that's it for today. So until next time,